So the Anatomage Table is a virtual cadaver tool, effectively. We've got 5 different cadavers. We've got 3 male and 2 female cadavers. 3 of them died with cancer, 1 was a leukaemia, 2 were solid tumours. So we've been able to use that to compare and contrast the effects that that has on the body. And we can cut them in any way that we want. You can then move up and down through the different planes. You can explore, you can take out all the different tissue types so that you can highlight just the cardiovascular system, for example, or just the lymph nodes. And you can really use it to find out what each piece of the body is, but also to explore how, in our case, how cancer metastasises through the bloodstream from one organ to another. And also to allow the students to explore what a tumour actually looks like in a real person.
I think the Anatomage Table is a really, really cool piece of kit. It allows the seminars that we've used it in so far to be a lot more interactive than seminars I've had in other modules. Being able to understand how to apply the knowledge through using the Anatomage Table will probably then prepare us better for our exams.
Cancer biology can be quite tough to visualise at times, and being able to actually see how it impacts the body, and with some of the cases how it can be so widespread. Being able to see it, being able to tap on something, get some information about it, so being able to do that with sort of a no consequence situation is very helpful. There's no stress involved with it.
Oh, it's hugely useful because before I could show you a picture of a lung that had been taken out of a patient that had a tumour, but it's a 2-dimensional picture on a slide. This allows students to really see, in context of the whole human body, how big that tumour is compared to the lung. So it's all very well seeing a photograph and going, oh, okay, there's a tumour. But actually when you see in the context of a pair of healthy lungs how big this tumour is, you can really understand the impact that's going to have on the patient in terms of their ability to breathe, and the impact it's going to have on the restriction of blood flow to that organ. So it's really impactful.